What if I told you that the most terrifying battle in Earth's history is still happening right now? Close your eyes and imagine this. You are standing on the banks of an ancient river 95 million years ago. The air is thick and suffocating, 20 degrees hotter than anything you have ever felt. The water before you is not blue, it is murky brown, concealing nightmares. The surface suddenly explodes. A creature longer than a city bus erupts from the depths, its jaws clamped around a fish the size of a grown man. Water cascades off a sail rising from its back, like the fin of a demonic submarine. This is Spinosaurus, the largest predator to have ever walked on Earth, except it barely walks at all. But wait, someone else is watching. 20 feet to your left, only 2 eyes and nostrils break the water's surface. They had been there for 10 minutes. You just did not notice. A 40-foot crocodilian, Sarcosuchus, ancient even by dinosaur standards, armored like a tank, patient as death itself. It's been waiting. It's always waiting. Here is where your brain should be screaming. These two apex predators are hunting the same river. Both are built to kill. Both refuse to back down on their beliefs. Only one design survived to rule today's waters. For decades, scientists have completely misunderstood this story. They placed Spinosaurus in museums, standing on land like a T-Rex with a weird back problem. They told us that it was just another dinosaur that occasionally went fishing. That was a lie. Recent discoveries of fossils pulled from the Sahara in the last 10 years have revealed something that rewrites 95 million years of history. Spinosaurus was a swimming dinosaur. It was a paddle-tailed, nostril on top, dense-boned aquatic nightmare that spent most of its life underwater, hunting in 3 dimensions like a prehistoric orca wrapped in crocodile skin. However, the part that will keep you up at night is that crocodiles are still present. Spinosaurus isn't. Same river, same prey, same brutal ecosystem. One of them vanished from existence. The other is currently sunbathing on a riverbank in Africa, waiting for a wildebeest to make a fatal mistake, using the exact same body plan it had when watching the dinosaurs die. So what happened? How did a 50-foot, 6-ton apex predator, perfectly designed for aquatic dominance, lose a 95 million year war to a creature that looks like it was designed in the Jurassic period and never updated? Was it the fight, the bite force, the hunting strategy? No, it was far more terrifying. In the next few minutes, I will show you fossil evidence of kills that should not exist. The biomechanical secrets that made Spinosaurus the strangest predator ever discovered are revealed. We will break down what happens when 50 tons of prehistoric rage collide with 200 million years of evolutionary perfection. I will expose the disturbing reason why the winner of this ancient war is not who you think, and what that means for survival in Earth's deadliest ecosystems. Because here is the truth they do not teach you in school. The most dangerous predator is not the biggest, the strongest, or the most specialized. It is the one that is still alive. Let us find out who really rules the river, and why the answer will change how you see evolution forever. In the Sahara Desert, paleontologists unearthed something that rewrote 95 million years of history, teeth marks that should have been impossible. Picture this: Morocco's Kem beds, 2019. A team of researchers brushed sand from ancient riverbed fossils and froze it. Embedded in massive sawfish vertebrae are teeth, conical, deadly, and unmistakable. Spinosaurus teeth. However, this is not the disturbing aspect. They found fractured crocodilian armor plates with puncture wounds matching the same tooth pattern. This is the crime scene of an apex predator showdown that modern science says could not happen. The river system of Cretaceous North Africa was a killing field unlike anything found on Earth today. Imagine the Amazon River, but every creature in it is designed to kill. 20-foot sawfish with chainsaw-like snouts, car-sized coelacanths. Lurking in the murky depths were 2 rivals who shared the same terrible throne. The evidence is undeniable. Spinosaurus did not just hunt fish, it fought territorial wars with the crocodilians of its time, creatures like Sarcosuchus and Stomatosuchus that could reach 40 feet in length. Fossil quarries reveal a biomechanical arms race. Tooth marks on bones, healed injuries, battle scars preserved in the stone. These were not chance encounters. This was systematic competition for the most valuable resource on a sun-scorched continent: water. But here's what keeps scientists awake at night. The crocodilians had already been perfecting their design for 140 million years by the time Spinosaurus appeared. They are evolutionary masterpieces. How did this bizarre, sail-backed newcomer not just survive, but also dominate these rivers? What biological weapons did it possess that challenged rulers who survived countless extinction events? The answer lies in a creature so strange that scientists have spent 8 decades getting it completely wrong. Every textbook, museum display, and documentary, all lies. Until 2014, we had no idea what we were looking at. For 80 years, Spinosaurus has been depicted as just another meat-eating dinosaur, a T-Rex with a fancy sail on its back, hunting on land like every other theropod. Museums worldwide display it standing upright as a terrestrial predator. Children grew up with this image of the world. Scientists defended it. Everyone was catastrophically incorrect. Then came the bombshell, the 2014-2020 fossil discoveries in Morocco that changed everything. Nizar Ibrahim's team uncovered something that shattered paleontology: dense, pachystotic bones like those of penguins and hippos. These were not weight-bearing land bones. They were ballast for an aquatic lifestyle. Then, the paddle tail emerged from the rock, a massive propulsive structure that made the T-Rex tail look primitive. CT scans revealed nostrils positioned on top of the skull, ideal for a semi-submerged ambush hunter. The inner ear structure has adapted to detect underwater vibrations. The scientific community has gone into meltdown. This was not a dinosaur that occasionally waded into the water. Spinosaurus was a swimming dinosaur. The largest predator to ever walk on Earth spends most of its time not walking at all. At 50-60 feet long and weighing 6 to 7 tons, it was more orca than T-Rex, more lake monster than land hunter. Its jaws tell the full story. Elongated like a gharial's, packed with conical, unserrated teeth designed for one purpose: impaling slippery, struggling prey. No tearing flesh or crushing bones like land predators. These were fish-catching chopsticks attached to a body built for pursuit in 3 dimensions. Its claws, once thought to be slashing weapons, were actually curved fishing hooks for securing massive prey thrashing in the current. However, the most haunting detail is as follows. Its legs were short, stubby, and almost comically inadequate for terrestrial hunting. On land, Spinosaurus was awkward, vulnerable, and slow. In water, it was a guided missile of death. If this creature was so perfectly adapted for aquatic dominance, why did it vanish while crocodiles, doing essentially the same job, are still here 95 million years later? The answer is more terrifying than you think. They watched the dinosaurs rise from the ashes. They watched them die. When the dust settled, the crocodiles remained, waiting in the water. Let us now discuss the ultimate survivor. While Spinosaurus was evolving its bizarre aquatic specializations 95 million years ago, crocodilians were already ancient, with their lineage stretching back over 200 million years. They observed the Triassic mass extinction. They adapted through the Jurassic period. They have witnessed countless species come and go. They were, and remain, the epitome of evolutionary perfection in reptilian form. The modern Nile crocodile is a time capsule of predatory excellence. At 1620 feet and weighing up to 1,250 pounds, it is smaller than Spinosaurus, but size is not everything. What makes crocodiles terrifying is not their dimensions, but their 200 million year resume of murder. They possess the strongest bite force ever measured in any living animal, 3,700 to 5,000 psi, which is enough to crush a bowling ball. Their jaws are loaded with 68 teeth that regrow continuously throughout their 100-year lifespan. Did you break a tooth while eating dinner? No problem. A new one emerges within weeks of the previous one. However, their true genius lies in the death roll, a biomechanical technique that weaponizes rotation. Crocodiles cannot chew, so they have evolved something more sinister. They grab their prey, roll violently along their longitudinal axis, and let physics tear flesh from bone. It is brutally efficient, requiring minimal energy for maximum damage. This is not a learned behavior. It is a hardwired instinct refined over millions of years. Their sensory capabilities border on the supernatural. Integumentary sense organs, ISOs, dot their jaws, detecting the tiniest vibrations in water, a fish's heartbeat from 15 feet away, or a wildebeest's footstep on the riverbank. They can remain submerged for over an hour, with their heart rate dropping to 2 to 3 beats per minute, becoming living statues of death. Cold-blooded efficiency means they can survive 6 months to a year without eating, outlasting any drought, famine, or catastrophe. Crocodiles did not just survive the extinction event that killed Spinosaurus, they thrived in it. They are living fossils, but not because they are primitive. They are living fossils because they are perfect. If both creatures were aquatic apex predators designed for the same role, what would happen when their worlds collided? The biomechanics of this matchup reveal something shocking about survival itself. In a direct confrontation between these two apex predators, the outcome is not about who is bigger, but about who makes the first mistake. Let us reconstruct the unthinkable, a territorial battle between Spinosaurus and a large prehistoric crocodilian, such as Sarcosuchus. Both claim the same prime hunting grounds in a Cretaceous river system, where food is abundant, but space is limited. Neither backs down. What happens? Round 1. Size and mass. Spinosaurus dominates with 50-60 feet of length and 6 to 7 tons of weight, nearly triple that of a large crocodile. In the water, this mass translates to devastating momentum. When a 6-ton animal accelerates, smaller creatures are bulldozed. Its paddle tail generates a powerful thrust, providing it with maneuverability that seems impossible for something so large. These massive clawed forelimbs, each the size of a human torso, can strike with pile-driver force, capable of pinning or disemboweling opponents. Round 2. Weaponry and technique. Crocodilians counter this with evolutionary perfection. Their bite force, pound for pound, exceeds that of Spinosaurus by a significant margin. While Spinosaurus teeth are conical and designed for gripping fish, essentially advanced fishing spears, crocodile teeth are multi-purpose bone crushers backed by jaw muscles that evolved specifically for combat and dismemberment. The death roll is not just a feeding technique, it is a combat finishing move. Once these jaws clamp down, rotation tears through the muscle, dislocates joints, and inflicts catastrophic trauma. However, the critical difference is that Spinosaurus teeth are specialized for slippery, scaled prey that cannot fight back effectively. They are not designed to penetrate the thick, armored crocodilian hides. However, crocodiles evolved their arsenal specifically for dealing with other predators. Their osteoderms, armor plates, defend against similar attackers, while their teeth can pierce scaled hides with ease. In shallow water, the crocodile's lower profile becomes an advantage, making it harder to target and easier to maneuver beneath the larger predator. In deep water, the swimming ability of Spinosaurus gives it an edge. The fight becomes a positional warfare. Who controls the depth and terrain? Territorial behavior adds another layer. Crocodiles defend prime basking spots and nesting sites with aggressive suicidal behavior. Based on its anatomy, Spinosaurus likely required similar territories for fishing and breeding. Violence was inevitable when these zones overlapped. But here's the million-year question. If Spinosaurus was larger, faster in water, and armed for aquatic combat, why are crocodiles still here while Spinosaurus vanished? The answer reveals the most disturbing truth about survival. The winner of this ancient war was not the strongest, fastest, or most terrifying. It could eat anything, live anywhere, and survive anything. Spinosaurus is extinct. Crocodiles thrive on every continent except Antarctica and Europe. This is not a story about who wins a fight. It is a story about who wins the war of existence. The answer should terrify anyone who thinks that specialization equals superiority. Spinosaurus was a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering, perfectly adapted for one specific lifestyle, hunting fish in large river systems. Its entire body is a specialized tool for aquatic piscivory. However, specialization is a double-edged sword. When these Cretaceous river systems began to dry up owing to climate shifts approximately 95 million years ago, Spinosaurus faced an existential crisis. It could not hunt efficiently on land. Those stubby legs and massive sail made terrestrial pursuit nearly impossible. It could not switch to hunting smaller prey because its jaw structure was too specialized. It requires large rivers, abundant fish, and stable water levels. When these conditions vanished, so did the Spinosaurus. In contrast, crocodiles are the ultimate generalists wrapped in a specialist body. They eat fish, mammals, birds, carrion, and insects, whatever provides calories. They function in freshwater, saltwater, and brackish waters. They can sprint on land and ambush prey in water. They can survive droughts by estivating, dormant state, for several months. When the asteroid hit 66 million years ago, wiping out 75% of Earth's species, the crocodiles survived by eating dead dinosaurs and hiding underwater. They're not picky, they're not proud, they're alive. The disturbing truth, the most dangerous predator does not need to be the biggest or most fearsome. It must be the most adaptable. Spinosaurus optimized itself in an evolutionary corner, betting everything on one lifestyle. Crocodiles spread their bets across multiple strategies, making them extinction-proof. Today's river ecosystems tell the full story. Crocodiles remain apex. Predators in Africa, Australia, South America, and Asia, largely unchanged for millions of years. They own the rivers not because they are a superior fighter, but because they are a superior survivors. Who rules the river today? The one that never forgets how to compromise. The evolutionary contrast between Spinosaurus and Crocodilia demonstrates a fundamental principle in paleobiology: specialization versus generalization in niche adaptation. When environmental conditions are stable, highly specialized species dominate their niches with superior efficiency. Spinosaurus's unique adaptations, pachyostotic bones for buoyancy control, conical teeth for piscivory, and a paddle tail for aquatic propulsion, made it the most efficient large-bodied fish hunter in its ecosystem. This allows it to reach unprecedented sizes as an aquatic predator. However, the fossil record shows that Spinosaurus was restricted to specific paleo environments, primarily the Chem river systems of North Africa during the mid-Cretaceous. When climate shifts altered these riverine ecosystems, decreased water levels, and changing fish populations, Spinosaurus lacked the morphological flexibility to adapt. Its specialized anatomy has become a liability rather than an asset. Modern and prehistoric crocodilians demonstrate generalist-specialist mosaic evolution, with specialized predatory adaptations, powerful bite, armored body, death roll, combined with generalist dietary and habitat flexibility. This allowed them to survive multiple mass extinction events, including the KPG boundary event, which occurred 66 million years ago. Their ectothermic metabolism, ability to survive for extended periods without food, and dietary opportunism provide extraordinary resilience to environmental perturbations. Tooth morphology studies reveal that Spinosaurus's conical, unserrated teeth were optimized for piercing and gripping fish, not for processing diverse prey types. Crocodilian teeth, while varying by species, maintain functional versatility. Bite force studies confirm crocodilians evolved maximum crushing power per unit body size, enabling them to process a wider range of prey. The Spinosaurus crocodile dynamic exemplifies how evolutionary success isn't measured by peak performance in ideal conditions, but by survival capacity across changing environmental parameters. Specialization accelerates dominance. Generalization ensures persistence. So here's what 95 million years of evolutionary warfare teaches us. Perfection is temporary. Adaptability is forever. Spinosaurus was the ultimate specialist, a living weapon forged for one purpose, dominating its world with terrifying efficiency. It was bigger, more specialized, more perfectly engineered for its environment than almost any predator in history. And yet, when the rivers changed, when the climate shifted, when the world demanded flexibility, it had nothing left to give. Extinction wasn't a battle it lost. It was a war it never saw coming. Crocodiles? They're still here because they never put all their chips on one strategy. They compromised, they adapted, they survived by being good enough at everything rather than perfect at one thing. And that's the lesson that echoes through every ecosystem on Earth today. The future belongs not to the most specialized, but to the most resilient. The next time you see a crocodile basking motionless on a riverbank, remember, you're looking at a design that outlasted the dinosaurs, survived apocalyptic asteroids, and witnessed entire continents drift apart. That primitive reptile is actually evolution's masterpiece of survival. If this story blew your mind, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss when we uncover the next unbelievable battle from Earth's forgotten history. Drop a comment below. Team Spinosaurus or Team Crocodile? Who do you think would win in a direct fight? Let's debate in the comments. Because the real question isn't who rules the river today, it's who'll still be here tomorrow. See you in the next one. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and never underestimate the survivor.